Welcome back to Web API Tutorials. I am Venkat. In the previous video, we have seen role creation, endpoint creation. And in this video, let us retrieve all the roles and role by name, role by ID. And this is the endpoint we have created earlier. And let us create the get endpoint public action result of API response get roles. And here we directly need to get all the results from role repository dot get all. Okay, it is the async method, and we need to put var roles equal to await. So let's make our method as asynchronous. And what is our method type? What is the verb? HTTP get. It's a HTTP get. And let's define the route for this. Route of all name equal to get all roles. So we got the roles, and let us fill the API response dot data equal to roles and API response dot status equal to true. It is success status underscore API response dot status code equal to HTTP status code dot OK. Now we need to return this response. Return OK of API response. But here you can see we are returning the database entity directly. This is not right. We need to convert it to DTO and return. So to convert this to DTO, let's use the mapper. Mapper dot map list of role DTO roles. Okay, these roles. Let us run this again. Here is the get endpoint. Try it out, execute. So we got the two roles we have created in the previous video. Admin role we have created, super admin role we have created. Okay, it is working fine. Okay, but we need to add the try catch blocks. Let us try to add try catch block. EX exception of EX, and we need to put this entire implementation inside the try block, and let's implement the catch block. So if there is any exception, so API response dot status equal to false, first thing, and status code is HTTP status code dot internal server error, and we need to add the errors dot add ex dot message, and here we will return the API response. Okay, this is what we did earlier also. If there is an exception, we will get the details and we will pass it to the end user. Let's do the same thing for the previous endpoint. Let's add the try block, and let's replace this catch block with this implementation. and let's move this implementation inside the try block. Okay, all good. Okay, now this is perfect. So we have completed two endpoints, role creation endpoint and role retrieval endpoint. But we are getting all the roles here. Okay, let us write two more endpoints to get by ID, get by name. Let me copy this endpoint, and here the route is ID. We need to pass the ID of type integer. And what is the name? Get role by ID. Here we will get role ID from the end user, and here if ID equal to 0, let's put it less than or equal to 0. Okay, if it is less than or equal to 0, return bad request. And here instead of getting all, let's get by role tends to role dot ID equal to ID. Okay, we are getting a role based on the ID. Now this is a role, not roles. One role we will get. And here how many we will get? Only one. So we don't need list. We need only one role DTO. And that's it. And if there is no role found with this ID, what we need to do? We need to validate it. If role equal to null, if role equal to null, return not found result set with a message, the role not found with ID. Okay, to make this ID dynamic, let's put dollar in front. So now it is dynamic. So the role not found with ID, this one. Let's put colon here. Okay, if role is there, and we are converting that and sending it. And let's also modify this in the get role by name. So here instead of the integer, we will get the string name. So what is it? Role name. So here it is a name colon. What is the data type? Alphabets. Get role by name. Here if role is null or empty, return bad request. So here we need to say the role not found with name, this name. Okay, all good. So here we have written three methods. First method is to get all roles, and next method is to get role by ID, and next method is to get role by name. Okay, let me rerun this. So here is the role controller. Let's click on this all. We can see all the roles. Let's test this role by ID. try it out. Let me put to execute. We can see role second role ID, and let me test this role by name, admin. Here we can see admin. Let's search for super admin. Execute. We got the super admin. So 3 endpoints are working. So we have written one endpoint to get all, one endpoint to get by ID, one endpoint to get by name. Okay, these are the 3 endpoints. And for first endpoint, no input required. For second endpoint, integer type ID required. For third endpoint, string type name required. Okay, all these routes and all these data types we have discussed in the earlier videos. Okay, if you have any questions, you can watch the earlier videos. Okay, we have implemented retrieval endpoints for the role. In the next video, let us write the update endpoint for role. For more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe.